Viewer discretion advised.
What's up everybody, Big D here. It's time to review The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 8, titled Coda. It's the 59th episode overall in the series, so when we return in February 8th, I believe it's February 8th, we're going to be on the 60th episode, guys. 60th episode out of the whole series. Holy crap, where has the time gone? 5 years, I don't know. Spoiler review, if you have not seen the episode, go to amc.com/TheWalkingDead. Watch the full episode there. It should take me less than 2.5 minutes at most to recap the episode, pros and cons, give you my final score at the end of the top 3 moments. Thanks so much for joining me. By the way, sometime this week I will be reviewing the first half of Season 5, the first 8 episodes. So, without further ado, we should get started, man. And, spoilers, remember, you have been warned. So, you can't go back, Bob. Rick ends up killing Bob. No, not Stookie or Stookie. Sookie. He ends up killing Bob, that officer, and running him over and just shooting him in the head because he tried to escape and everything. Stop, doing that. Gabriel returns to the church, and he has a machete and everything, and he almost got killed. I smelled a little Morgan coming through, but he didn't end up coming through. And then the church gets overrun, man. It's just one of those moments where you're like, oh, Gabriel, you did this to your own church. It gets overrun. The dead own the church now. Well, they died, but still. Hanson was Dawn's mentor, and Abraham is back. And he literally, almost runs into the whole church, technically, but he gets the stairways. And Michonne and them end up finding out that Eugene was a lie. Oh man, until when they tell Rick though. Oh god, I just thought about that. So Maggie finds out about Beth, that she's still alive. They end up heading to the hospital, of course, or they're driving to the hospital, Grady Memorial. And O'Donnell confronts Dawn, and he ends up getting his ass kicked, and Beth pushes him down an elevator. So Rick encounters 2 cops on the roof and everything. He's like, want to do a trade. You have 2 of my people, Carol and Beth, that type of thing. And they end up meeting with Dawn and them in the hospital. The last 10 minutes, it's kind of like, really? 10 minutes? What? Where's the gun battle, bro? But still, they end up saving Carol. They trade a member. And then, all of a sudden, they end up saving Beth. But then Beth, of course, Dawn's like, I want Noah. And then ends up coming through. Beth ends up stabbing her in the chest or the neck with scissors. And out of nowhere, Dawn shoots Beth. And it's one of those moments where you're like, yes, okay, let's see. It's one of those moments, really. And it's not one of those oh my god, I didn't see that coming, because if you follow, not spoilers or anything, but if you follow, just updates of stuff, not of sets or filming, but it's obvious that she was going to die. One person was going to die, and it was 5 minutes left. It's going to be Beth or Carol or one of them, or Noah, but it was Beth, so it shouldn't be a huge shocker. It shouldn't be oh my god, what? No, it's just oh, that's the way she went out. Okay, now I know. So it should be one of those. It's sad, because Daryl ends up, Daryl shoots Dawn. She gets owned, basically. She got Dixoned. And then Rick and them, they end up leaving the hospital. Abraham arrives, all them, and Maggie ends up seeing Beth, and she cries, and it's sad. It's very sad. And then at the end, we see Morgan finds Rick's map. He goes to the church. He also went to where Bob's leg was getting cooked, and basically found the map where it says the world needs Rick Grimes. And overall, he laughs at the prayer thing because he's just crazy. He needs to get clear. Anyway, so what did I think about this episode overall, man? The mid-season finale. Was this episode worth the hype? Was it worth the 8 weeks of building up to the big finale showdown at the church, or hospital and church too, and hospital and school, and zombies coming towards Gabriel, and all that, and Dawn, and Beth, and every character we worked for, Abraham, Eugene, all them, was it worth everything? That's a lot to say, actually. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what I said. Overall, yeah. It's kind of a huge deal, this episode. I'm going to start with my cons and then go to pros. The characters that are non-talking, Rosita, Carol didn't even talk. Eugene, now we know he's messed up at the moment, but Michonne barely talked. Carl barely talks. You know, I know we have a main focus of Rick and Don and Beth, and I know Beth's a main point of the first 8 episodes, but we need characters to talk. I don't care if they just say, hey, or, hey, watch out. You know, we need someone to talk. What's the point of them showing up to work and just look pretty for the camera, baby? And that's, that you need to have them talk. That's the point. Have them say something. So that's really pissing me off now. I'm like, Rosita needs to talk. You know, just don't do a little moment of that. Like, I mean, they don't have to be spotlight, but at least they could talk and say, or laugh or something, you know. So 50% of this episode was slow. Now, the beginning was great. Rick killing the officer and everything. But it started to get slow once they were at the rooftops. And that's another one, the negotiation. Not the one where Don or anything, but when he was on the rooftop and he was like, where's your group? They're close. That was really slow, and it was like, okay, yeah, you're dragging on here. We only 10 minutes left. You gotta hurry up. You know, it's one of those where it's like you're really wasting time here. Now, this episode is slow, 50%. Now, it doesn't mean nothing was boring. It was just, can you hurry this up? I kind of want to see the deal go down. I want to see that. You know, this stuff and things. But, you know, did it work out at the end? Was the way Beth went out. Now, is it sad that Beth went? Yes. And if you didn't cry, well, I teared up. I didn't cry because I kind of saw it coming, and that's what ruins the fun. I saw it coming, and I was like, if I wasn't like, I wonder when Beth and Carol's gonna die, and Beth dies, and I'm just like, okay, I saw it coming. But that moment when Daryl's, this is the reaction of the cast and Rick, when Rick just like had blood on him, and he was like, you know, just like, gosh, you know, that feeling right there. But just the way she went out, though, I mean, I wish we could have saw Dawn. I know it's supposed to be a surprise, but how did Dawn just grab her gun, just like, oh, how did that happen? I mean, it was just like, sure, the way she went out with a gunshot was fine, but still, just the way it went down, like the editing and like the, still, I'm just saying, kind of bothered me. The pros, the action, the kills, the katana, I mean, the beginning, the action, the suspense, the intensity of this episode, the skills, and everything that happened with the katana or a gun or snipe or any of that was really awesome, and it kicked ass when that zombie got hit with a machete. That was really cool. The final shot, when they're all there and they're in front of the hospital, I love that shot. It's a perfect shot. Morgan himself, that tease was a great tease. It kind of ran on for about 2 minutes. Very great tease. The reactions of just all the cast members and all the characters, all of them are amazing. And the camera work. Just, I love how the camera's sideways when they're in the hallway. It kind of looked like a mirror's like right there, or a camera. That was really cool. And real quick before I give you my score, the top 3 moments. Now, number 3, the church scene when the church gets overrun. Number 2, Beth's death. Number 1, Morgan's tease of him at the church. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a B+, secondarily a C+. Now, is it my favorite episode out of the whole season? There are parts that I'm very happy for, but before any further, real quick, before I'm going to end this, let's give a big clap to Emily Kinney, or Kinley. I'm sorry, I'll write her name right there. It's just give a clap real quick for Beth Green, man. Just real quick, thank you for what you've done for this whole show as a character, Beth, with Daryl, and, you know, that fun moment. It's just, thank you for everything, and she sings really well, and I'm going to miss her singing. And the Daryl and Beth moments were the greatest, and thank you. That's all I can say. Hashtag Rip Beth. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope all of you enjoyed, and I will be reviewing the first 8 episodes sometime this week. Don't forget, now, example real quick, just because, let's say the season premiere of Season 5 Terminus, let's say it got, example, a C-, and this got an A+. The C- may be the number 1 episode out of the 8 episodes for me. It doesn't matter, that's just for this week. Now, this could be the suckiest episode for me when I review all of them. It just doesn't matter on the score. That's just the score for the episode. But overall, when I think about it logically and everything, it could just be different. So, honestly, I did love this episode. It was really cool. And does it beat the governor attacking the prison? No, it doesn't. And it had a lack of action, though, at the hospital. You know, I thought it was going to be like... But we get what we get, and I can't throw a fit. Thanks so much. Hope to see you all back here February 8th. And I will also be reviewing Better Call Saul. Until next time, may the Spock be with you always. Feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, follow me on Twitter. I tweet during live shows, watch like the other 10 TV shows I review, and I'll see you next time. Flash vs. Arrow coming baby soon. Thanks so much, and thank you all for watching. Again, rest in peace, Beth Green.